How you doing? What you doing? Right, so welcome to another edition of Bicycle Workshop Tales. Feeling a little bit better now, thank goodness. Been a bit of a crap old week last week. Anyway, as you probably saw in the last video, I'm actually filming this on Sunday. The video hasn't actually gone out yet for last week, but I'm just going to have a quick gander over the Raleigh. That's my first thing. The weather is looking amazing at the moment, so I'm hoping that this whatever I've got is going to be gone pretty soon. I've got a hot cold booked for tomorrow at Rejoov. I'm going to go back down there. I might take the camera with me this time, just show you around, see what it's all about. And it is good. It does really help your system. I mean, we've got a red light panel here, which gives out infrared. But the Rejoov place has got a sauna which is infrared, so you're actually bathed in it, and it's good for your everything. Good for your body, good for your cells, good for your immune system. And obviously you've got the cold dip, which you just go in just to cool down and then go back in the sauna again. So it works really well. I'll say last time I felt amazing the day after. So yeah, I am going to take this apart, I think, the Raleigh. I need to sort out where I'm going to put all the bits as I go, so I don't want to lose anything. So the things I've got to do this week, I've got to build my wheels, so I've got to get the spoke size sorted out. Like I say, I'm going to strip this down, and I'm going to write down what I need to do, if I need any bits, check all the things like wheels, headset bearings. I don't think there's an awful lot wrong, looking, at it. Take the bottom bracket out. I want to clean everything up, so I'll take it all apart, take the tyres off, check the rims, check the spokes, give it a good clean. I'm probably going to get some new grips, maybe. Yeah, I am. I'm going to get some new grips, some new foam grips. I'm going to look into getting that shifter top. I'm not sure whether it's a top or whether it's a new shifter, but it may just be this top I need. Whether anyone's got one, we'll have to wait and see. And then, in fact, that's a bit broken there as well. I might see if there's any shifters kicking about. But, and then brakes are all pretty much up together. That's all we used to have. And the rear's got a U-brake, which is pretty powerful actually. This is an American idea. Obviously in America, where the bikes were designed, come from. In California it was always dry and you didn't really need to worry about it. So a U-brake is very powerful. It's like they have on a BMX. But they've put it down there. Unfortunately for our country, it's in completely the wrong place. Everything else goes in there, clogs up on this brake, and this grinds to a halt. Because apart from that, there is a little bit of tyre clearance. But I remember pushing this bike through the mud. Absolutely horrendous. Right, that's what I'm going to do then. I'll start getting this ready to be stripped. But I'm going to get some boxes together first just to put parts in. So the important thing now is to make sure whatever you take off, you can either replace or keep. Because what you don't want to do is to just take something off and break it, and then you can't get the bit to put it back together. I'm just thinking, I don't think there's anything. Bottom bracket feels quite rough, but that could be. I'll take the chain off and feel what it's like without the chain on. Back wheel needs a bit of a true, as does the front. It's got quite a wobble in it actually. So I'll have a look at that. The first thing to do is to re-educate myself on all the. I think they're all 15mm, yeah, 15mm axles. Right, pop that in first gear. Take this out. Oh, disconnect the brake cable, which is right underneath. It should just pop out. That's it. Done in about a couple of weeks. I'm not going to go mad and just do it all in one hit. So the idea is to take it apart, check it over. But obviously I'm doing other stuff as well, so there's a wheel. Oh, smooth as smooth. Got to be careful with old spokes because they can be brittle. And these look like they're not stainless. These look like. Right, we'll put that to one side. So all I'm going to do at the moment is take things apart rather than fix things. These shark fins come with a adhesive strip, so I'm going to have to put another. I've got some more. This frame was completely in bits. I stripped it years and years ago. Can't remember quite why. And then some friend of mine put it back together for me as a favour. That was quite some time ago now. Right, this can all go in the box. That's my box for the bits. Yeah, the brakes, you just push the brakes together and then just pop that off. Now this chain is before quick links, so you always had to push a pin out and push a pin back in again, so you could rejoin it with the same pin. Hopefully this will rejoin, but if not, it's a case of a new chain. But I should be able to push this apart, and you leave the pin in the back. Don't push it right out, but it'll do. So you just pop that apart and leave the pin in. So you leave that pin in like that, and then you can push that pin back in again and rejoin it. Take that off. But I'm going to take the cables off, so I'm going to replace all those. I'll keep all these because I need all the lengths for when I put the new ones back in. So all I need to keep, or the only bits I need to keep are the bits of outer. The rest of it can come off. And this is simple, just pushes through. Couldn't be simpler. I'm really looking forward to getting this going again and using it. That headset feels really notchy. Right, brake cable. Used to spend ages setting up these brakes. Getting them just how you want them. You may be thinking, what's the point of taking it all apart? But I just want to make sure everything's all together, all working okay and not damaged. I'll just put a zip tie through that, keep all that together. Keep all the bolts. Actually, I might just find a packet to put that in, a little plastic bag. 6. This is when derailleurs were made to last and last and last. Never used to wear them out. Really, I mean, they're not exactly light, but they just last. And we used to glue these on. I forget what sort they were now. I'll keep one just as a reference, but the other one can go in the bin. Right, brake levers off. Shimano brake levers. With not a one finger brake. That's massive. These are, oh, reach adjust. They've actually got reach adjust on them. Disconnect that from the front mech. Long time since I worked on a front mech, I must say. I have to say, with gravel bikes especially, the topic of front mechs has been coming back because people want to use their bikes on road as well as, or be able to get up to some speed on the road. But it really depends on the sort of riding you want to do. If you're just the sort of person that potters on the road and spends a lot of time off-road, then one bike's fine. Now the next thing is we've got to take the cranks off, which requires a puller because it's a square taper bottom bracket, which I will show you in a minute. If you're older like me, you'll know what all this stuff is. If you're not, this is yeah, historic. This is how it used to be, man. Yeah, bottom bracket doesn't sound too clever. So what you got to do now is you got to pull the cranks off. So you need a tool like this, and then make sure you screw the outer part into the crank as much as you can, because you don't want to strip the threads out. So you want to get this in as much as you can. And then screw the middle in, which pulls it off. Bingo! And then you've got a square taper bottom bracket. That's what a square taper is. It's got a square hole. And this is tapered. So the more you pull it on, it pulls on and then stays tight. But if they ever come loose, it chews itself up and then it's finished. So you may have seen oval chain rings. Well, these were the very early, it's what they call Shimano Biopace. Didn't really work very well. You could feel it. They're not sort of oval, they're a weird shape, but it didn't really work very well. So it sort of vanished quite quickly. Now the bottom bracket has got a lock ring this side, which I've just undone. There is a tool for doing this because it's a half moon with a little tooth on it to go into these slots. I don't know if you can see that. There's some slots there. Just use a pair of these just to loosen that lock ring. This side, you need a spanner like this on this side. Hopefully this will loosen everything enough to get it out. Yes. So this probably got loose ball bearings inside. I can't remember now. Oh, it's a peg spanner, which I haven't got. Yeah, it's got little holes in it. See, this has got holes in it. So you have a peg spanner which has got... I'll see if I've got one. I might have one somewhere. As I thought, loose ball bearings. Yeah, so this is separate spindle with cups with loose ball bearings in it. And they used to work quite well. They still used to get muck in. They weren't very well sealed. So it wasn't long after this that the sealed cartridge unit came out from Shimano, the UN52, which sort of transformed everything. But these were okay, but limited ability to keep the muck out. Just keep it all together. I don't want to. I'm not going to change this. I'll put it back in. I'm just going to make sure it's all clean and tidy, and then I'm not looking to sort of change too much. I don't want to upgrade stuff. I just want it to be working. Try and keep it as much original as I can. Looks like that's already loose. Pull that out. So this is a quill stem, as I mentioned a few videos back. This is called a quill stem, so it sticks in, and this wedge, when you tighten the top bolt up, if you can see that, expands, pushes against the inside of the fork, and it tightens it up. It's the old way of doing things. And then you have the joys of these headsets, which were a nightmare. I'm not sure I'm going to have the spanner for that. You need a set of the old headset spanners, which I haven't got. I'm going to have to get these from the shop. No, I haven't got anything big enough. So I'll have to leave that bit until I get the spanners I need. That's a shame. I wanted to get that out. Right, so what I'll do, then that's about it for the forks are out. Managed to get a spanner. And looking inside, it doesn't look too bad. Not quite sure why it's so rumbly. The bearing surfaces feel nice and smooth. Yeah, like absolutely perfect. So it may just be the bearings. It's the top of the headset. So I may just take that apart, have a look, clean that out, and see what that's like. And then the lower race. It could be the lower race, so I'll also get that off and see what condition that's in. But that's going to be, that's it for now with the Raleigh at the moment. I've got everything apart. I've got some other stuff I need to do, but I'll put this to one side for now. Then I'm going to go and check over the few little bits and maybe see what I need. And then we will slowly start to put it back together. It's not looking too bad. I reckon we can have this going in a week. Clean all those bits up in there, and we'll have it running again. Next little job, I'm just going to quickly pop the end caps off this. This is the rear hub that I'm going to build up with these new rims. Just pop the end cap off and just see what the free hub's like inside. Oh, it doesn't seem too bad actually, but no, I think that's pretty much all right. It looks a bit dirty, I know, but there's red grease there, so I don't think that's been done very long ago. So I'll put that back together. Yes. Lovely. So yeah, that seems all right. So No need to take that apart. So all I need to do now is I'm going to sort the spoke lengths out and then get and build them. Not sure that's going to be today though. I'll probably go inside now and just sort out spoke lengths. What I might do is I'll just show you, because you need to know, to work out your spoke lengths, you need to know the ERD, effective rim diameter of the rim that you're going to use. So you need to know the rim, the make, and usually if you know what rim it is, you can look it up online, and on the manufacturer's site will have the ERD of the rim. And sometimes they even have them written on the rim. This one doesn't, but I think I know what this is anyway, but I will check. So this is a Halo Vapour 35 rim, 30mm internal, 35 out. Really, really good rims, these. Really good. They do loads and loads of things. They've got a new rim out now, which I haven't got hold of yet, but and then the other thing you need to know is the diameter of the spoke holes, right? Oh, I've got coffee coming. That's called telepathic coffee. And then you need to know the distance from centre to flange. Centre of the hub to the flange. Now again, this will all be on the manufacturer's website. And I'll put a link to a spoke calculator. I'll put it in the description. And it lists the hubs already. They're already on in the list of hubs, so you don't need to measure the hub. But you probably will need to measure or find the ERD of the rim. But then you can put it into the calculator, choose the number of spokes, and then just click calculate, and it will give you the exact length of the spokes you need to build the wheel. I'll put it all in there, then you'll see for yourself. And I need to do the same. I need to check the dimensions because I can't remember. I'm hoping I've got some spokes here already that I've used before, but it may be the case that I've used them or built them into a wheel and sold the wheel. Because a lot of wheels, some of the early wheels that I built here, I've sort of built, then stripped, then built, and I ended up with spare spokes. And I've got quite a few, and it really does bug me to keep chucking them out. You shouldn't really, if you've had your wheel built for quite some time, you shouldn't reuse spokes because they stretch. But like I say, some of mine weren't built very long, so they were almost too new to cut out, throw away. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week. I want to go out. I have a couple of things in my head, and I keep making this, looking ahead, going, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But the ideas I've got in my head is, one idea was I wanted to ride the Surly 100 route all in one go, the whole lot, the 2 days, so 100 miles. So that might have to wait a while as soon as I've been a bit under the weather. But I do need to ride day 1 again, and I do need to ride day 2 separately. So that's something to do in the next couple of weeks. I'm also going to see Daryl, and I'm also going to have a night out, possibly with my friend Duncan. But it's all a bit pie in the sky at the minute. The weather's looking bloody lovely, so it's going to be really, really difficult. I've got aches and... Yeah, I'm not going to go on about myself, my health. But, so yeah, that's that. I've just been watching the London Marathon. It really does... when you're into running, or when because Sheila runs, so I get to see more, I find out more about running now, and the times that people run at, and the times it takes to run 5k, which is a park run. And then you listen to what they run on the London Marathon, the men elite, well, and the women's, to be honest. And they're doing a park run in half the time it takes us, or it takes a normal person. Staggering. And they're doing that obviously after having run 20 miles. But so many people running. 58,000 I think it was in London Marathon. In the normal people's race. Staggering. And there was another event on, I think Manchester had a marathon on again today as well. So there's a lot of people running now. I think that's about all I can dream up to talk about at the moment. Right, okay, that's it. So, what are we up to? Sorry if you can't hear me very well, but... So I'm down Forest of Dean. I'm just going to do another hot-cold session down at Rejoov. And I thought I'd take the camera with me this time and I'll film a bit inside. Show you what it's all about. I know it's not exactly local to you, unless you live in the Forest of Dean. But I'll just show you, show you what it's all about and what I do. I sort of try and go once a week now. So we shall see. But yeah, lovely day, lovely morning. This week's going to be hot. So it's quite nippy at the minute, but it's early still. It's only just after 9:30. So I thought it's not that far from where my son lives, so I thought I'd walk it today. Why not? That's Norchard Railway there. That's the Dean Forest Railway. It's pretty popular. Yeah, there used to be quite a big railway yard here, massive. I'll try and see if I can dig out some pictures of it. It's, lots of mining and stuff went on in the forest years ago. And then up in these woods you get loads of wild boar. And all these little trails going into the woods. Right, yeah, I'm just walking into Lydney, so I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, just on my way back from Rejoov, from the hot and cold. Love it. I have to say, as you'll see in the video, it's a great little place. I was hoping to speak to or get the guys that own it on film, but I think they were busy. But maybe next time I'll just chat about it. But I'll obviously I've given you an idea of what it's all about. Yeah, it just gives you it's like a delayed feeling of well-being. Tomorrow I'm going to feel, I know from last time, you just feel so good later on. Just really good for your circulation. That and a nice walk home, or a nice walk back I should say, not home.
Right, so today is, what is today? Wednesday. Right, and I've got some spokes to do my wheels, so I'm going to, I've got these, I'm going to get and do those today. And also, I've got a croaky voice, as you can probably tell. I've got a cold, which is really annoying because I want to ride my bike and I haven't been able to. So, the weather outside, I've got the door shut because the weather outside is about 25 degrees. It is seriously hot, and if I keep that shut, it actually stays quite cool in here. Even though I'd love to get the sun in, I'm going to have to forego that. Also, I've got some cleats for my shoes. I don't often, something you sort of forget. Right, so I'm going to change these cleats. I've got them in my sandals. I just thought it's about time I had some new ones. I could probably do to change all the cleats in all my shoes because they're so old. But because all you get is that. That's what you get in the packet. So if you're not into Shimano clip shoes, you probably don't know what the hell I'm on about, but this is a clip to go on the bottom of your shoes, like this. And these are really, really worn. Consequently, these flop about in the pedals, and they're a bit hit and miss when they're clipping in. So I love to know I'm clipped in and not going to pop out willy-nilly. So I'm going to change those now. The thing to do with these is I normally put a bit of oil or something, or GT85 or something, but anything to get the cleat area wet, because what you want to do is get anything out of the hole, because you don't want to round that bolt off, whatever you do. So I get something really, really pointy and work away in the head of the little bolt, to make sure the Allen key can get a good footing in it, because you'd be amazed, these will always, I've yet to have one that won't come out, but there's always a first. So you want to dig that out so the Allen key can get right in. Let's just try it. Now I've got these are really good Allen keys, Park Tool Allen keys. They're probably some of the best, because you want something that's going to really not round off. These haven't been off here for ages and ages. Oh my goodness me, that's tight. That is tight. Oh. I might need to get something else on there. Right, I forgot to put the camera back on. Right, one head snapped off and the other one's come undone. So I've got to get that out of there now. God, they've been on there for years. I've ever taken them off. Now, there is 2 slots for the bolt, so I might be able to get one in the other slot. So I think I'll have to put these in a different hole, because the original hole is up the creek. So we'll see if we can get these in. Fingers crossed. Well, thankfully, after much fiddling, I've got it on. But I've used there's 2 rows of threaded. There's 4 holes to put your cleat bolts in. 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and you can slide the plate up and down. So I've been able to use the other holes. Just slide the plate forward and use the other holes. I just need to get this in the same position as the old one was, and tighten it up, and we should be good to go. It's quite important to get your cleats in the correct spot, so tighten them up, try them on the bike, and then if you have to, you can adjust them to suit. But these should be alright. I can see where the cleat used to be, so it's gone back in the same place. So let's get this show on the road, get these spokes done. Right, I've actually gone for alloy nipples as well, which I never really do anymore, but I thought, sod it, we'll go a bit bling. And why not? So, 29 Halo rims. I've done the old spoke calculation and they've come out at 292 millimeters, which I thought I'd guessed that what it would be. It's quite a popular size for 29ers. But like I say, it's best to check with that spoke calculator that I told you about. Yeah, the other thing you've got to do on the spoke calculator is put in the number of crosses. The most common cross, that's the number of times each spoke crosses each spoke, is 3. So if you put in 3 cross, you're pretty much sorted. Oh, this cold is doing my head in. I've got to the stage where I've got a head cold, so it's all full up. Apart from that, I feel fine. It's just, plus it's extremely hot, which seems to be making it worse. You know, I daren't open the door. I'm a great one for the heat, but today, nope, too hot. I think it's about 25, 26 outside. It's going to be hotter tomorrow and hotter again the next day. So, how to build a wheel. I'll run through this. I'm not going to go crazy on details, but this is how you start. So, if you've got a front hub and you've got a disc side, you want the opposite side. You start on the opposite side to the disc. If it's a rear hub, same thing, opposite side to the disc. So you start the drive side. So we're going to do the front hub first. Now bear in mind, this hub, I haven't got the right adapters on it, so I'm going to have to bodge it a bit when I true it. But I should be able to do, I can lace it up. Excuse me. So, get yourself a handful of spokes, and you put, with the hub facing up, if you know what I mean, put a spoke in every other hole. Going down. Pop a spoke in every other hole, all the way around. So you want 8 spokes. This is a 32 hole rim and a 32 hole hub. When you're ordering hubs and rims, make sure you have got the same number of spokes, because you can have 28, 32, 36, or even less these days, but for a mountain bike it tends to be 32 these days, and especially a fat bike hub is always 32. Right, then you want your nipples, so you put that there in a minute. So I've got all my 8 spokes. Get your nipples for your first wheel, and find yourself something to put your nipples in. Excuse me. If I'm going to cough all through this, I might not talk. But I was planning to show you. So, get your hub, get your rim. I'll bring you over here a bit, because I'm going to have to move this. And then you're looking for the valve hole. Now, a rim is handed. I don't know if you can see. Each hole tends to go off one way or the other way. So you have a left and a right hole there. They'll be slightly to the one side of the centre line. You can see that. Now you want to get to where the valve hole is, and then you want to go, and you're looking at put the valve hole away from you, and you want to count to the second hole from the valve hole to the right is where you start. Okay, so you push your first spoke through that hole, so it's that hole, then put your nipple on, and then when you put the nipple on, thread it Just leave a bit of thread showing. And then just work your way round. Every fourth hole, every fourth hole. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Work your way round until you've got them all in. Very common mistake is to miscalculate the holes and miss one or go too far. I've done it so many times, and you get around and think, oh my God, why isn't this wheel building? And you realise you've missed a hole, or you put, only gone past 3 instead of 4. And that's one side done, okay? So that's that side done. Now what you do is turn the whole wheel over, and you do exactly the same the other side. But what you're doing now is, so you want your spokes, and you're going to put 8 more spokes in this side, going down. Now what you do is you put the spoke, because the holes at the top are not in line with the holes in the bottom. They're slightly off, they're offset. So what you're looking to do is when you look down, you want to go one right of the spoke on the other flange. So you're going to one to the right. So when it goes down, you go on the right side of the spoke below. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. So you're going to the right side of the spoke below. So you go around, like same again, every other one, all the way round. Fill up that side again. Let's got them all in. Now you get your nipple, and what you're looking to do is, because you've gone to the right of this spoke below, you're going to go to the hole that's to the right of the hole you've just done. So, like so. Then you go around 4 holes, or to the right of the other spoke, on the other side. And you go right the way around until you got them all in, on this side. And then the fun bit begins. Because imagine you're saying, well, how do you twist the spokes? How do you get the other ones to cross? Well, I'll show you in a second. Some people lace this a different way. Now, this is the way I learnt actually. I taught myself, and I learnt from a magazine. Got the basics, and I've just done this for 30 odd years now, so I can sort of do it in my sleep, but I am a little bit rusty because I haven't built a wheel. I'm not building many wheels these days. But anyway, so that's the other. Oh no, one more. So that's all of them in. So you've got the disc side up now. So what you do now is get 8 more spokes. We'll just grab a handful. And then you're going to put the spokes in the lower flange now from the other side. So it's inside out. So you drop those in, all the spare holes and the lower flange. Drop the spokes in all the way round. It's always better if the spokes are the right way around. Like so. Now, so what you're going to do now is you're going to grab all of the spokes underneath, and you're going to turn them anti-clockwise. Give it a little shake to make sure all the nipples are out of the rim, and you turn them. So you grab them all and twist them anti-clockwise until they're tight. Hold the top, keep it there. Then you want to take a spoke from the bottom, and you're going to go past 1, 2 spokes, and then inside the third one. So you're going to go under 2 spokes, and then over the other one. And you're looking for the hole next to your last. Actually, and there's something else actually I'll show you. You make yourself a little tool. Rich Park showed me this. I used to have something else, but Rich Park showed me this little thing. You make yourself a little tool like this, because you need the little thready bit on the end to hold your nipple. So this is just a bit of spoke. And all you do is you put your nipple on backwards, just enough to hold it. And you put that through the hole. Whoops, let's get that spoke again. Under 2 over 1. Go to your next hole, put the nipple through, and then you can twist it on enough just to hold it. Then grip the nipple and undo your tool. Thanks, Rich. And then you work your way round. So go to the next one, under 2, over 1. That's your 3 cross. Under 2, over 1. So this is called lacing. And when you're, don't be worried about bending the spokes slightly. The spokes are flexy. These are DT comp, double butted, good quality spokes, and they tend to be flexy. Silver spokes are even more flexy, so they're fine to be bent a bit. You can flex them around. They're not going to get damaged, as you can see. I just bend it round, flick it over. Because what you don't want to do is scratch the rim with the end of the spoke, the threaded part. It's quite easy to do if you're not careful. Just be careful when you're threading it. Hold it away from the rim. Now if you're starting to do this and you find you can't get the nipple on the spoke, it just won't reach, check all the nipples are out of the rim so you can see them. If they're still won't reach, you may have miscalculated your spoke length. But normally it's just a case there's something not quite right. But check everything, check you got the spokes in the right holes. And you can also push, you can push the hub up a bit, which will bring it closer to the rim, or bring the spoke closer to the rim. Right, that's that side done. Turn it over, do the other side. Same again, 8 spokes. Now, you're going the other way now. You went this way before, now you're going to go this way. So you grab a spoke from this side and you go under 2, over 1 to the last hole that's there. You should see there's one hole left. Now it should get a little bit tighter now, so you may have to, as you do this, lift the hub up slightly. Sometimes I just put my knee under it and it just takes the tension off a bit, just to lift it up, and then the nipple will reach the spoke. Now that's about right. But you see what I mean? If you do that, it reaches fine. I used to work in Keswick mountain bikes up in the Lake District. I went up there for a while after I had my shop down here, and things, one thing and another, life got too much, and I went up to the lakes for 6 months, or 9 months. And I worked in a bike shop, and I used to build wheels in Keswick mountain bikes. And I used to, Amos, the owner, I used to stand there behind the counter talking to him, lacing wheels like this. And he couldn't understand how you could just stand and talk and lace wheels stood behind the counter. Used to amaze him, but to be honest with you, once you know, it's like anything else, once you get the hang of it, it's quite straightforward to do. So I've taught quite a few people now to build wheels. I had no intention of using it. These are alloy nipples. They're not, I wouldn't recommend them for a lot of things, but for this build, I think they'll be fine. Because these wheels will be used mainly on the road, for more road-based riding. On my fat bike. These wheels are going on a fat bike, just so you know. But it just means I've got a spare set of wheels for more roady type events. Just to, for one thing, it saves wearing out my fat bike tyres, because road just wears them out. I can't afford to just wear them down. And obviously other times it's just makes sense to run some faster rolling tyres. The best tyres would be a set of Vittoria Mezcals, or the new, there's some new tyres coming from excuse me. If I can remember, oh, Terravale. They got some nice tyres coming out. So I may get some of those soon. They do them in tan wall as well. Right, I think this is the last one. So this will be the front wheel laced up. Now I'm not going to straighten it now. I'm just going to lace these two wheels. I'll do the rear one in a minute. Right, I'm not going to go through this all again because I'm just going to get on with it. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, that's both wheels laced. So I have the luxury of a wheel jig. You can use your frame, set of forks, a rear frame. This is a fat bike wheel jig, so it's got extenders here because obviously the hub is wider than normal, like a standard. And then you've got this here is adjustable to get the to make sure it's straight. At the moment it's very loose, obviously it's not straight, as you can see. So, and then you obviously want to get it in the middle as well. It's got to be in the middle of the hub. Middle of the hub. So I'm going to take up, what I do first is I take up the thread. See, there's a bit of thread left on each nipple. I'm going to wind it so the thread is just inside the nipple. That's my starting point. So I go round, start, excuse me. Start at the valve hole and work my way around. Right, I need glasses. Blind as a bat. So I go round. I do one side first. Just do whichever side you choose. Just go around and do that side first. Just to the end of the thread. I'm going to do the drive side first. You can use a screwdriver instead of this, if you've got a small screwdriver, because there's a slot in the end of the nipple. So that you can do that. We've just got used to using these. I think this is a park. Yeah, park tool. If you're not building wheels all the time, it's not really worth buying one of these. Just use a small screwdriver. I used to have a dedicated screwdriver for doing this, but I lost it. And then because we built so many wheels, we bought some of these for everybody in the shop, in the workshop. Just take that out. You'll get some tension in the spokes now. All right, that's that side done. Now you go around and do the other side. Right, so the wheels. I've laced the wheels up. I'm just waiting on some axle adapters. I can't actually true them up, so I'll pick those up tomorrow, and then I'll be able to get those finished. Yeah, it's a funny old week. I'm glad when this cold's gone. I've got to try and get out for a ride this week. The weather today is super hot, so I've been trying to hide away a bit. I'm normally one for the heat, but at the moment, not feeling it. Tyres wise, for the 29-inch wheels, I have some Vittoria. These are 29 by 3s. So not exactly skinny, but I think they'll do me for what I want to do. They're Cannelloni, Vittoria Cannellonis, 29 by 3. And tubeless ready, blah blah blah. So we'll get these on, and then give that a blast. That'll be good. That'll be good. Now, what else was I going to do? I've got some other stuff to do this week. I'm probably going to pop down the shop tomorrow. I'll take you into the shop actually, and you can have a look around. It's about time I did do a few things on Slab 69. I don't really feature it very much in my videos, and I should do really. Right, I think I am going to go in and have a cup of tea. Put my feet up, cool down. I've just been in the cold tub actually, saying cool down. I've just done, we still do the red light panel, do that every day. And we go in the cold tub as well, which we've both just done. So when you've been really, really hot, it's real nice. Just helps you cool down in the evening. So yeah, just done that. Right, okay. Got more stuffed up. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Hello. Hello, hello. Here we are again. Right, today is Thursday. And I managed to get some... Oh, I picked up the adapters for my front hub, so I can put those in and get the wheels trued up and just see what tyres we've got. Since I last was on here, I've watched a video of a friend of mine, Josh Parsons. If you follow Bikepacking, you know exactly who that is. It's Keep Smiling Adventures. And the crazy thing, he's just ridden Land's End to John O'Groats, or John O'Groats to Land's End, on a BMX. Insane. And it's not a modified one either, just a bog standard, low seat. You had to stand up all the way. Well, every time you pedal, you had to stand up. So, flip me. What a thing to want to do. Crazy. Absolutely insane. I have messaged him, but I haven't seen a reply yet. But somebody said someone's ridden Land's End John O'Groats on a BMX. I didn't realise it was him. I mean, I want to do it, but not like that. I'll do it on my fat bike, thanks. But, anyway, so let's just get these adapters into this. Pop that one out. Take the old ones out. Put the new ones in. So the hope, it pushes it out by 20 mil or so. And it's also got a packer for the disc, so it pushes the disc out and equalises the wheel in the middle. But at least I can get this trued up now. My cough was gone until just now. Thank you very much. Right, let's just make sure that it is 150 because it looks very wide. Yes, it is. So I'll get this tensioned up and then we will see what tyres we have. I'm not sure I've got the right tyres, but we shall see. I have got some, but which I showed you yesterday, but I think they're a bit heavy. So I thought, let's just weigh these tyres, right? So these are 29 by 3, and they're 1,200 grams, 1,219 grams. That is heavier than a fat bike tyre. Well, it won't be heavier than this tyre, but because this is a 4.4. Oh, it's only just. Where's he put this tyre on the scales? $1,100. That's lighter, and this might actually be going back on the bike, but anyway, yeah, so I'm not putting those on. I want to be putting these tyres on. So there we go, 2 wheels built. Looking very nice too. I'm going to get some different tyres. Obviously I've got to put a rotor on, but that's them built and taped up, ready to go. With some tubeless, with some Stan's tape. Perfecto. Right. So that's probably going to be about it for this week. The video is going to be quite long, I think, because I've obviously building these wheels is taking quite a bit of time. I haven't been out for a ride yet. I'm probably going to go out tomorrow. No, what's tomorrow? Friday. I might go out Saturday, possibly tomorrow, just to see how I am. I did ride to the shop just now and I felt absolutely fine. It's just, I don't know about you, when you get a cold or when you get anything, it's always worse in the evening. You feel great in the day, and then in the evening you feel really rough. So my voice is getting rougher again now as the day goes on. But anyway, so yes, so I think that's going to be it for this week. I'm going to go next week. I am going to see Daryl. I think I'll be fine. This cold will be gone by Monday, I think. And get and film some stuff up there, and then I want to do some other things. I've also obviously got to finish doing the Raleigh, which is sat there waiting. I'll probably get on and do a bit of that next week as well, and a few other things. I've got to build these wheels for my fat bike, lightweight fat bike. I might get some Industry 9 hubs. I'm trying to go. It's going to be a bit of a long-term project because I want to do it properly. So I'm going to have to save up a few pennies. I've got 2 frames hopefully coming possibly next week, and I want to get some photographs of those. There's some fat bike frames, and then I've ordered my pinion plus another one, and then I've also got some rims on order now, so fat bike rims. So it's all going all right. Oh, I've also got, I'm going to go cooking. I'm going to use something I haven't used for a while, and that's my ghillie kettle. There you go. Love it. So the fire goes inside. Put your fire in there. Just put that on the top. It's like a water jacket. So you pour water in the outside ring, which then boils really quick. You make yourself a cup of tea or whatever else you want to make. I just need to check out the capacity because there may not be enough water in here to do a meal. But you can certainly do a cup of tea or whatever. But I'm going to check the capacity of it because you don't require any gas, just a few sticks. I've got a couple of lighters, little lighter blocks you chuck in the bottom, and then you chuck a few sticks in there and then you boil your water. So I should be using that shortly. Ghillie kettle. Hand spun. I'll put a link to the video and shows you how these are made. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Bought one of these a long time ago and I've only ever used it once. So, actually that's twice. But yeah. Right, that's it. Okay. I'll catch you, if I don't see you before, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully I won't have such a grumpy voice. And have a nice week. And I shall see you next time. Take it easy.